Hello, this is Star Wars The Force Awakens review featuring my good friend Roro and Ronnie. Check out Roro and Jay play, check them out on Twitch. That's where they are, and let go.
Star Wars Force Awakens.
Wow! Yeah!
Review
Let's get it.
Oh yeah!
with the one and only ultimate real 100.
Yeah,
100,
and skilled witness, I mean skilled hero.
He's trying to come up with something for you. He can't think of anything.
The unskilled hero, feeding every lane I see in League. No, I'm messing around. So who will start off?
Are us.
And game are us, not toys are us, not babies are us, not kids are us, but he should be there when kids are us, but games are us.
Yes.
Wow!
Comes in the size of a chew toy.
The one, the only, toys are us.
Hey, Corey, it's Star Wars time. Shut up.
25.
So, guys, 15 years. 15 years we have been waiting for this. And it was such a good payoff. It was so good.
It's so quiet.
It was definitely worth it, man.
Garbage and you're garbage. Nah, man, down. That movie was movie of the year. I loved every bit of it. It had fan service for the buttload. It had references. Oh my god, reference. Cameos of the yin yang.
They had tons of references in the movie, and
I'm
I'm actually glad because if you did take a look at the movie as a whole, it maintained the seriousness that it had in the trailers, but it also gave off a little more humor.
Yeah, the first half to me was very full of comedy, and I loved it for that. Like, to me, it felt like they got all the comedy out in the beginning, and then towards the middle of it, and even the end, I would say, brought the more serious tone.
First half, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like, it was like, to me. But then as it went on, I started to get the Star Wars feel for it. It's like another generate character. But then when you delve deeper into her past and to who she is as a character, I started to like her. I was like, okay, so they're actually doing more writing into these characters now, which is always something that they have done.
Also, let's talk about good characters. That Black Stormtrooper, he really sold
John Boyega.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes, he really.
He made this movie funny.
He definitely did.
I also learned that he was always soaking wet, like a WWE wrestler.
Yes, you know.
Point out, like, he was always wet. Always wet, like, no matter what he was doing, he was wet. And you're like, why is he always sweating?
You know?
You know what, though?
I think
most of the movie takes place in Jakku.
Jakku!
You know, about
good.
John Boyega, I thought he was going to be a serious character because of how the trailers made it, they only showed him, breathing heavily, in the scene. And when you actually see how his character is, you kind of relate to him because it's like, I can actually relate to this guy because, I'm pretty sure if we were all in that same situation, we would run,
Yeah. Now, opinions. Because I absolutely love Han Solo in this movie. Yes, you guys already know he was in it because of the trailer. So, not spoiling it. But I won't tell you when or where he appears. So, look out for that in your movie.
You know what I love about it, though, too? Is that, they brought all these characters back. And they brought Han Solo back. And they let the characters age. Too.
Oh yeah, I love that too.
Even though he is his age right now, they didn't make it where he's like, he's his age, but he's still Han Solo, like he can still move the same. No, they actually let them age. And Harrison Ford, however you want to see it, Harrison Ford is Han Solo or Han Solo is Harrison Ford, but either way, they still gave Han Solo some justice because he plays a crucial part in the movie.
Is
And
it? That's
I
true.
feel like
Without him, you
without
wouldn't have had
him,
it.
it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, yeah, you know, if you took Han Solo out the equation, that movie just went. It wouldn't have been The Force Awakens, you know.
Yeah. Another thing, one good thing I like about the movie, they allowed new characters to truly be their own. You know, like
Yes.
it didn't feel like a Han Solo, Leia, and then Luke Skywalker. No, it was more like, you know, the new character Rey, Finn, and then I can't tell you who the last guy is, but you guys will know when you see the movie. It felt like the movie was more dedicated to the new generation and old generation. It was.
The fact that the fact that they let his character develop. I'm not gonna say anything because that's pretty major. I'm not gonna get too deep into Kylo Ren, but I love how he wasn't just a basic villain, or like, he wasn't just like, someone
he had
trying
like
to
a
be.
character arc. Like he really had character development. And I really like that about this movie, how they did that with Kylo Ren, because it went from him trying to figure out what path he to take to him have a definite path and how he needs to get that power.
And it's funny because knowing who he is as a character, like who he came from, and he's trying to surpass Darth Vader and be like or better than Darth Vader. I think was a genius platform because with his character, coming from who, I'm not gonna say anything about who he came from, but it was amazing just to see his character develop because I've only felt emotion for very few villains, but Kylo Ren is he's the type of character who I actually feel for and can kind of relate to.
Yeah. Also, his struggles, like you were saying earlier, Ronnie, is very relatable, and I can actually see being used in realistic type plot. Like, say if you inherit business from your mom or your dad, you want to compete with, you want to compete with them, prove you're a better job position,
Yeah,
you want to prove to everybody that you earned this, you wasn't given it. I can see where he comes from with, his thinking. How you feel, Corey? How you feel about this? Ronnie, we have been talking. This is your review.
Yeah, this is your review. We've been just chatting it up right now.
Well,
also, people, that's what the review. If you ever want to hear more from me and Ronnie, go check out Roro and Jay Plays, or that's simply Kill Hero 15. Same with plugin.
well, if you want my honest opinion on the movie, I would say that everything was done right in the movie. And you want to know something funny, Ronnie? Just for once, just for laughs.
There's one thing that I really want to talk about though, is the practical effects. Now, there were some CGI, but these practical effects were pretty good. Especially when you were on Jakku and you saw all these animals and the way they were interacting. And I'm not gonna lie, I loved Oscar Isaac's performance. I wish we could have seen more of him, but I guess without the development of the character, the movie still wouldn't be the same movie it is right now. But I would have loved to see more of Oscar Isaac. Just go ahead and flesh out the character more.
Yeah.
So
one thing okay, it may sound weird, but to me, the best performance I have to give to the droid. The real one, the little dude.
BB-8,
The one on the ball. BB-8,
yeah, that's his name, right? BB-8. He reminds me of
R2-D2.
R2-D2, yeah. And because he has the same kind of personality, and you really do kind of feel for him and his emotion, because they get this droid, something so small, they give him a lot of emotion. He felt like a major part to him.
Yeah, now that's true,
That I really love.
And I feel like with I want to something that I kind of liked are the fight scenes.
Oh yes.
Like
Okay, in previous Star Wars movie, the lightsaber fights would kind of suck down our draws. Like, oh, you know, a laser sword and another laser sword. Who will win?
All right,
But
stay
now
alert.
it's like, you know,
Gotta make
really
sure the
spread
Princess
out
Luke
throughout the
and
movie,
Captain
and
Solo
it felt, you know, unique seeing it. Probably because I haven't seen it in like 15 years or so, but even then, it felt different and it felt clean, you know?
yeah,
Like, it felt like, oh, we need to have another movie because we run out, you know, time. Or another
it did
fight
feel
scene.
like it did feel like it did feel like it was different for sure because the battles weren't choreographed the same. And it also seemed like I love the lightsaber battles, especially with Kylo Ren because you know he's got those two little daggers on the side of his lightsaber.
Yeah. I was just about to comment on that too. You know.
And I
Yeah.
love that. I love those. But when it came to the gun battles, you know, it was kind of like, you know, like, it was okay to me. I wasn't really into the gun battles as I was into the lightsaber battles and you know stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I
If there's
also
one thing that
you
no,
first.
keep going.
All of them are
But but I also but I also think that the main reason that no one really got into the gun battles like that was like this. The main reason we didn't get into them was like they were trying to use a lot of cinematic scenes and put you far away, and you didn't really get into them because it was pretty much the same. They would show the same people, whereas you would think that an all-out war would be like, you would see like both sides winning or losing, Majority of the time, you mainly seen once, what were they, the Republic, can't remember. Whenever they showed up, you just kind of more seen it was them, it was all about them. So I could see where that kind of draws away the realism to it.
I could see that. At the same time, I think what was happening though was because it would be a fight scene, and then it's, oh no, let's get back to the story. You know what I mean? It would be like, because I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot. Just the movie was so good, I totally forgot J.J. Abrams was directing it. And by the end of the movie, I saw the name J.J. Abrams, and I was like, wait, hold up, what?
Yeah, when I saw that, I had to do a double look. Like, am I in Star Trek or Star Wars? Like,
I was really like, whoa, hold up, because you remember like all the Star Trek movies that J.J. Abrams has directed, he went a little hog wild. But Star Wars, it seemed like a totally different movie. Like, there were some scenes where you could tell, oh, yep, that's a J.J. Abrams shot. But
kind of like when you watch a movie directed by Michael Bay and all you see explosions.
Yeah,
like, oh,
you can tell that's done by Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could tell that J.J. Abrams was like, okay, I really want to take care of this because. You know how we are, Star Wars fans, how we are, we want it to match the particular medium, of a Star Wars feel. So it looked like he took very care of the of making it, because the emotion that he generates from the movie and the kind of lines that he wrote, I think were amazing. You know what I mean? I feel like people are gonna be walking out of this movie thinking it was amazing,
Oh, also another thing, this movie, for anybody haven't seen a Star Wars movie yet, to me it do feel like the original Star Wars. Actually, it felt kind of like episode 2. They have like a lot of movie trope that episode 2 has. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm kind of digging it. Kind of like they paying homage to episode 2, but at the same time, it felt original, and then it felt like it was like 7-hour drills. Like, oh, remember me, nostalgic, going to hit you like a ton of bricks. it felt like that. It felt like, oh, okay, so, you know, they have like a little cameo here from, you know, blah 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 blah. I won't ruin it, but you know.
I like
Also, this movie is very easy to follow, so and not like you know extended universe type Star Wars stuff. I really felt they were using the movie to set up the new universe perfectly.
Yeah, I love it because by the end of the movie, you walk out thinking, this is amazing. I like how Rey and Finn. I like how Rey and Finn were developed because if you remember, one of the major plot points of the movie was, you know, and it's always been a major plot point, is the Jedi, you know? Like, there aren't that many now, but there are still some of them that exist. And, you know, one of them majorly is Luke Skywalker, you know? And what I love is that when you see Rey and you see Finn, you can tell that both of them have like at least like traces of Luke Skywalker. And, you know,
yeah.
And also, we're gonna have that Luke Skywalker though. They got chemistry. I cannot wait.
I want the next movie to come because I definitely did find it where it was like, you know, because if you deep dive into Rey a little bit more, you understand that she doesn't really have anyone, and so it was kind of interesting to see her and Finn, you know, because you remember how Finn started out as a stormtrooper, you know, and it was obviously announced like that. It was obviously announced like that, yeah. And he, you know how stormtroopers are taken from their families. And so the way that those two just clicked really was a something I enjoyed watching in the movie. So.
Hey, what would you say like the overall concept was? You know, do you think it was played out perfectly to a T, or do you think like it was anything that could have been different?
Well, like every good movie, it never perfect. All you have is flaws. All you have what makes you feel that. That's actually what makes it enjoyable. Never perfect. Y'all can find something to nitpick. But to me, honestly, it's kind of hard to nitpick Star Wars because a lot of people who nitpick it always get flamed. But
yeah,
you know,
but
so
at least they're honest
it's perfect. So they, yeah. Like on painted Star Wars, I mean, this movie, what they should have done differently was how they like basically try, you know, I can't describe it. What they did wrong was it didn't have a natural flow. Like I feel like one scene, like it didn't like have like awkward cutaway. I'm like, okay, I know, you know, that normally how Star Wars do the, you know, cutaway like the Microsoft. So they could, I know how they didn't want to,
they could kind of get away with
everything
it.
completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know how they didn't want to like try everything new and, you know, because it could upset the fans. They do something new, you know. So that's why they didn't try to experiment. But what they did experiment, like the whole idea of a stormtrooper also having a lightsaber, not ideal, but like, okay, there's one clip. I don't know if I ruined it for you guys or not, but in one clip where Finn got a fight with a stormtrooper, it been revealed that they have a new weapon that kind of like a lightsaber. Yeah. It's kind of like an electric sword. And it was able to keep up with a lightsaber. And I thought that was so cool.
Oh,
I
remember.
The only uniquely new weapon we have in the whole entire movie. And they kept doing new weapons like that. Wow. Not only would it be good for merchandise, but it'd be good for the fandom, period. You know?
I feel like with the movie, because the universe is so rich with all of these movies, they could have, I wish they would have tried something new, because it would have been fresh to see them coming up with, you know, new ideas.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was just like I wish, I still enjoyed it, but I wish they would have done something new with it too. Because you do, like you said, there was only one new unique weapon in the whole movie, and you know, it was pretty cool. But at the same time, you know, it was just one weapon. You never saw that weapon again. You never saw any other new weapons. So it was kind of like, you know, I wish they would have went a little bit deeper into the scene shooting, because like you said, it goes to one moment and then it cuts to another, and oftentimes that could leave you a little bit confused, especially if you're seeing it in IMAX. We didn't see it in IMAX, but it was still kind of I was still kind of at least normally confused with it, you know what I mean? But I did like one thing where, you know, every time a stormtrooper would see Finn, they would yell out "traitor," you know?
Yeah.
Because now for him to have had this title other than fugitive, you know, and he's identified as just a traitor, he does seem like, you know, a new term, you know what I mean? So it was kind of nice, but at the same time, I think there could have been some things they could have capitalized on. But at the same time, it's like you said earlier, it's kind of hard to hate on Star Wars because, you know, not only do the fans get a little defensive about it, but because it's just so rich and it's such a good, it's so good that it is kind of hard to hate on it because they rarely make a few mistakes. But, you know, it's not a good movie if there aren't any flaws in it, you know what I mean?
Oh, CGI and effects, you know. If I got to rate them, you know, like how would you rate them 1 to 10? You know, do you think they were utilized to like their, you know, to their fullest, or do you think they're like?
I would
because
probably.
it had a good CGI moment, but then like I didn't see any backstreet on that movie was so good, but I felt like they used it a little bit too many times.
Yeah.
I feel like since it's the day and age. Yeah, I think in the day and age that we live in now, it's kind of hard to utilize practical effects because, you know, it wouldn't work as well, especially in a Star Wars movie, you know, with all the air fights and the lightsabers, and, you know, it would be kind of hard. I probably would give the CGI an 8 out of 10 too, because I felt like they were limited, you know, by the CGI. I think J.J. Abrams was trying to go all out, kind of, just a little bit, but I'm still not, you know, I still can see why, but I would probably give it 8 out of 10 too.
The movies that are considered best with CGI are the ones where they use it where it's absolutely necessary, you know. But to a point, it just kind of seems like he flooded you and like he drowned you with CGI, you know. You know, kind of like every 5 minutes we seen something that you CGI.
But it was still a good story, story overall. So, but you know what? You guys can't tell the movie was good or not by all these words we're saying. So we might as well put a rating system in it. So I would probably rate this movie a 9 or no. I would probably 9 seems good. I would rate it a 9 out of 10.
My honest opinion, I have to give this movie a 8 out of 10. The story was kind of lacking, my honest opinion. Like, I really did.
It lacked a little bit.
You know, too. Like, they're trying to be too. Like, it had a whole bunch of movie tropes and that, but you know, there's the whole basic. Okay, they took the whole premise of Star Wars 2 and put it in The Force Awakens, but with different characters, new faces. I really like about that. Because, you know, they could then went the whole sellout route and give, you know, some, I don't know, Disney movie, sorry, because made by Disney now. We forgot to tell you guys that. It's literally, made by Disney. So what kind of we're seeing that Disney logo, you know, in the opening of Star Wars, because we saw YouTube the Fox logo. So it was kind of weird. But the movie did try to be, I can't respect that. But to me, I feel like the movie was a giant setup for the whole universe. This is good because we needed some clarity about what canon and what not canon of Star Wars. The Star Wars universe, period. So I really do like that. But I feel like the next movie after Force Awakening will truly be a 10 out of 10 Star Wars movie, you know, to date.
I sure would.
So my last rating is 8 out of 10 for Star Wars Force Awakens. And yep, I do recommend buying it when it comes out.
Yes. or seeing it now.
Or get
You know.
bootlegged. I don't care. I mean,
Any way
what
you
you
can
do,
see
what
the
you
movie.
do, boo boo.
My score, I'm a little bit like more strict with movies. Like if I had to put everything together, like I don't put like graphic CGI, 8 out of 10. Creativity, they were pretty creative. I'll give like an 8 out of 10. But then like when it came to like the stormtroopers, I thought that like. I thought that like for once you would see them get like they would do more justice and not make them retarded. You know, I mean they seem like the AI off of a PS2 game still, where you can run behind them, they don't even notice anything. I mean, and if I had to like rate it overall for the storyline, I would have to say like a solid 7.5 out of 10. Because it had its ups and downs, but overall, it's a movie I would recommend to watch. A movie I would watch again. Any of you guys have any final verdicts? Sorry to cut you off.
I have 9. I feel like the movie does lack, but a movie isn't a movie without any lacking points. Because then you can know what to capitalize on. If a movie was perfect, then how would you top that movie? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like there were some points they could have capitalized on, but it, like Roro said or Skilled Hero said, it was a great way. It did feel like a movie to set up the Star Wars universe more than it was a separate movie of itself. But it was still good because it still dove into the characters and their past, and it still had those cameos, and it had those sort of old characters we saw in the older movies, and they brought them here to this new era. And like I said before, it is a good setup. I love how they let the characters age, and now the new characters get to take over and set up the new Star Wars universe. So I feel like this is just gonna be one of many of the great movies. I did feel like the story points were lacking. I thought they could have capitalized on the story just a little bit. The CGI was okay, so I would give this movie a 9 out of 10.
You know,
Now you made me feel like the
and then
Son Cal of the group. I'm the mean British guy who
know,
No, Corey's the
get
mean
over
British
a
guy
fair
because
report.
he's 7.5.
I'm actually that guy.
You been 7.5? Dang.
Yeah.
I'm
This is
actually
your
that.
video. You're supposed to be the nice guy. This is your video. Dang.
But come
Yeah,
on, my
but
name
it is
Ultimate
an
Bro
honest
100.
review.
I always gotta be real. I mean the day I start being fake is the day I'm not myself. You know, and I mean, and I understand what you were saying. I understand what you're saying about lacking. But another problem I stated earlier was was the way that like the scenes kind of like cut. Did you say it was very unnatural? I mean, like, how are you gonna go from like an epic saber fight to out of nowhere back to clones fighting? Was this no? Okay. This was one of the only movies to me that I see that was actually that was like an old series that was able to be revived, but in the same way it had its new characters and they weren't just ignored. They developed them very well. They gave them a chance to really be seen. And this was a good way to revive a series I'm not gonna say was dying, but the younger generation didn't know about too much.
I feel like it was very nostalgic, but at the same time it did kind of have a feel to introduce to the younger generation who weren't here for Star Wars when it was around the time coming out, and it was new and it was fresh. Because again, I'm always gonna say this.